Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the Uncle Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Wanted to jump on real quick because the NFL Combine just wrapped up, and as most know, Shador Sanders and Cam Ward, who are regarded as the top two NFL QBs in this draft class, neither of them participated in the throwing portion and the on-field portion of the NFL Combine. And it's at this point is pretty normal. Like that's not a unique thing. Most of the top guys do not participate, don't throw in the combine. They'll usually wait until their pro day. And I was watching a video either Saturday or Sunday, but Louis Riddick had just mentioned that he would like to see those guys come out and compete, and not so much for just the completions aspect of it, but more so just how quickly you can get on the same page with receivers you haven't worked with before, how you take the coaching from different coaching staffs. So there was more than just seeing them throw, and then he also did mention that too, that he just likes to see those guys throw, especially Cam Ward. He talked about a lot with just having such a big arm, and that would have been great to see in person. And I can agree with everything that Louis Riddick said, but the impact of it, my thought is, if I am one of the top one or two guys, most of my thought process would be I'm gonna wait until my pro day. But I do also understand guys who say, no, I want to go out and compete and throw and do my thing and so on and so forth. I do understand that aspect of it. But what no one likes to talk about is the flip side of you just going out and competing. Because while there are evaluators and analysts like Louis Riddick that just say, hey, I just want to see you come out here and compete, the flip side is you can impact your draft status and where you are based on that combine performance. They like to tell you that, oh, it doesn't make a big deal. We're just going to go based off of your film, so on and so forth. But then on Sunday evening, I jump on to Twitter. I was actually driving from my daughter had volleyball tournament this weekend, so was driving home from that, and I start to see clips of Will Howard uh, passes and things like that at the NFL Combine workout because he was, throwing. He's one of the quarterbacks that is in the draft class, not as highly regarded as the other two that I mentioned. So he was out there, performing and throwing, which I understand and that he should be. But the flip side is now social media is crushing him. And while I don't think social media is the end all be all as far as a good gauge, these talent evaluators, GMs, so on and so forth, they do pay attention to that. They absolutely pay attention to how that is perceived as far as the just the performance itself, but then also how people react to it. If it just looks good, it doesn't look good, so on and so forth. And that's the thing that these analysts and evaluators don't want to talk about. The goal of the NFL Combine is not to have completions, but yet you want to penalize guys when they don't have completions because they'll do drills and routes where the quarterback, no matter what, doesn't matter where the receiver is in their break, as soon as you hit step number 5 or 3, whatever it is in the drop, throw the ball. So even if the guy is nowhere near being ready, if he's just slow to the break, so on and so forth, just throw it. Just throw it as soon as you hit that back step, which there is an aspect of that does translate to the NFL that you need to make sure your timing is on point and we've got to throw the ball on time. But you don't get any additional points or kudos for throwing the ball on time and not getting a completion. In a real NFL game, what would happen is if you take drop, let's say it's under center, and you take your third step drop, if a guy's not ready, like for you to deliver the ball, then you would just take a reset and then throw it. You would give him an extra half second because what's the dang benefit of just throwing the ball out of bounds and way over the guy's head if he's not ready for it? Or worse, you throw it, the receiver's not ready, but the defensive back is, and now he jumps it in either a pick six or interception or pass breakup. That's not the goal here. The goal is pitch and catch. Throw it to him and he catches it. So it's kind of frustrating. And even Teddy Bridgewater is another great example. And I know he's a bit older now, but he had a workout, and I believe with his combine workout, he didn't wear his he wore gloves on both his hands throughout his college career, and then at the combine he did not wear gloves, and his workout didn't go well. And maybe that was his pro day, but anywho, that impacted his draft status. I don't want to say greatly, but he went, I would say, widely regarded kind of top 15 pick to being, I think, the 32nd pick or 33rd pick, something like that, which is a big deal when it comes to signing bonuses and contracts and all those things. So I just don't like the way that just in general these analysts act as if like it's no big deal if you just throw and it just doesn't go well, because it's the whole entire combine experience for quarterbacks. It's not built for you to complete every pass and complete every ball. So it just gets kind of weird. But I do get a little annoyed by it, and wanted to make sure it did a quick video. Um, you're just, as a quarterback, you're better off waiting till your pro day, where you have all of the throws scripted. It's usually like 60, anywhere between 60, 67 throws, and it's all scripted. You're throwing with your guys that you've worked with for most, or if not, just 1 year of your college career. And it's all the throws that the throws you like, the steps you like, all of that. So you're just better off doing it that way, because this is the biggest quote unquote interview that you're ever going to have in your life. The financial impact of it is monstrous. I mean, the difference between being a number one or a top five pick versus a second round pick is massive. There's no fifth year option for a second year quarterback. Your signing bonus is vastly different, and just what you get as far as like guarantees and things of that nature. It's a big deal. So I'm not going to roll the dice and just chance it. I'm not, because really, if you're Shador Sanders and Cam Ward, there's no benefit out of it. So what your benefit is? So if you're Shador Sanders, for example, instead of maybe being the second pick, you're now going to be what, the first pick? I get it. Yes, there's a difference there. But what if you come out and have a performance similar to Will Howard? And I do get the flip side of, well, he's talented enough. He's probably not going to have that. But let's just say, for sake of argument, you have that type of performance. Well, now what the evaluators and analysts are going to do is, oh, well, now actually, you know what? He's not all that athletic, and maybe he did throw. The nitpicking becomes even bigger and broader, and now all of a sudden you're looking at, maybe he's not the first quarter or the second quarterback off the board. Maybe Jackson Dart is, or maybe Tyler Shuck, or whoever the case may be. It just gets really messy really quick, all from a 3-4 hour time frame from a workout that, like I said, you just are rolling the dice on. So I don't think it's a good dice roll. I think Cam Ward and Shador did. I understand their reasoning for doing what they did. And I just look at Will Howard as the perfect example of why some guys don't throw and work out at the combine as far as quarterbacks, because it's just so easy to all of a sudden just have things that they're nitpicking on and now trying to crush you on. At the end of the day, use the film. The Will Howard's got multiple years as being a starting quarterback. Shador Sanders has multiple years as being a starting quarterback. Cam Ward has multiple years of being a starting quarterback. Let's use them playing football as the evaluation, and not these guys in shorts and a t-shirt throwing the ball around to guys who are not their teammates and they do not know. That's my thought on it. What are yours? That's it for me. Peace.